To special place, everybody locked and loaded here.
So, can we start with a really local question? You were in Luxembourg 3 years ago for the Night of the Prom project. Do you have any memories of these? And how do you feel now back to Luxembourg?
Well, what I will say is on the Night of the Proms project, it was 32 shows. We were really lucky, but oh my gosh, the amount of traveling we did with all of those people and how many shows. I don't even remember where I was half the time. At least I know where I am right now. So Night of the Proms really made a really tight schedule. This is a pleasant schedule, and I do feel like I'm able to enjoy Luxembourg for what it is. My friends actually, people that I work with went out last night to see, and drank at one of these bars here, and it was just really cool. They gave me all the information because I was too tired to go out last night. But, I just feel like as if I would have loved coming out and drinking last night if I drank in the square, and just enjoy it. So I'm glad you guys are having this event, and I'm glad I'm part of it. I'm hearing a lot of local bands in my dressing room, so it's really cool because I was liking that. That's what I was hearing more of, is more local work, and I think that's great.
Why did you call your new album Resurrection?
Well, there's a few different reasons. I actually, spiritually in my heart, I felt that might be the essence of the album I was writing. I had not written any music, but inside my heart, I felt like I was going to write something that's going to have a lot of things to say. There's going to be a lot of surprises, a lot of ups and downs, but I didn't really know what any song would sound like. But I felt like this was my album to make a resurrection. If I was going to come back into the industry, this is the one I wanted to do that on. And I told my manager I wanted to call it Resurrection, and he was like, "Oh, that's a big name. Hope you have good product behind it, And in essence, we feel very proud of what we ended up putting out, and I kept the album Resurrection, even though it wasn't the single, and it's not a song I sing in the actual tour. It's just, it also, on the other end, Resurrection in Greek means Anastacia, so like the Greek translation. So I feel like it was all meant to be without kind of like me trying too hard. It was just destiny working its way out. And so even though I didn't know it at the moment, I want to act like I'm super smart and I knew it all, but I didn't.
You said that music was a kind of, used to be a kind of therapy for you.
Yes,
Always. Which kind of music and artists are the most healthiest for you?
I have really liked Sting a lot, and I like Anya, Tori Amos. As far as therapeutic music, I've used music that I didn't understand what they were saying, such as like Brazilian music or Bebel Gilberto. I know I never can say her name because it's like she's on the stage. It's one of those tongue twisters. Yes, her and Pino Daniele, like they emotionally sing, and I don't necessarily have to know what they're saying in order to really be transported. And so I have a variety of what I like, but it's usually either old school stuff that I'm used to listening to, or anything that anyone's like. I would be totally transported by what a lot of everybody's singing here, because I feel like it's emotional, like it's about the world and tortured love or difficult love and get through it, but I can't understand a word. But there's chords that speak to musicians more, I think, and tones that can sometimes speak to us, without words.
Which artist would you like to collaborate with for your next duet?
I don't know. I actually don't have a particular person in mind. Most of my ever duets happened to be things that happened. So I'm not looking at wanting to necessarily duet with anybody particularly in the future. But I'm sure it'll happen. I'm going nowhere, meaning I'm still here. That's where I mean I'm going nowhere. So maybe in the next few years there'll be somebody that it just sort of works perfectly.
Are you already working on a new album? Yes.
Yes.
During the tour?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've never done that before. I've never been in a studio while being on tour. So it's different, but it's a little lighter load, this project, so I have an easier way of handling it, but it's different to create while being creative.
And the live energy.
Yeah, the live energy is very, very cool, but sometimes it's too draining because I like to give both of, but it's okay. I don't have too many songs left. It's okay. Just a couple.
And how was the tour so far?
The tour's been amazing. I can't complain. We could probably continue doing this tour for another big chunk, but I'd like to put out a little bit of new music and surprise them with what's going to happen, and then the next phase of life will be the next 2 years, and that will be exactly what ends up happening then. So I have a lot of beautiful surprises coming up to announce in like the next 2-3 weeks. It's just a little shy to tell you now. But I promise you'll be like, that's what she meant. Everybody good? You don't want to ask about what underwear I'm wearing or anything? That was the last question. That was one of the questions on my Q&A recently. I was like, oh. And I'm very honest, and so I had to just show them.
The entire audience knows.
The entire audience knows. So, it's good. It's good questions. All right. Well, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.